Okay, tonight you know what it is. You know what it is. This is Hello Journeyman, Journeywoman. This is the Hero Journey with Dr. D. Here to encourage, to motivate, to inspire. Trying to help you get beyond your first move and creating a better mindset today. Because I'm headed parched. All right. Hey, tonight, what it is. Tonight is a recap. The update, recap, update, and Q&A of, come on somebody, of anger being the eternal assassin. Anger being the eternal assassin. All right. What it was is that, let me give you a brief overview for those who just coming on for the first time or catch me on the replay. I've been doing a series on unforgiveness. And the flip side of unforgiveness is forgiveness. And now anger being the eternal assassin, the link is that my first video was on the 5 stages of 5 levels that takes you to a point of toxicity. Now, do my research. It's different variations. Other people have different takes on it, but this is my take on it. 5 levels take you to a point of toxicity is your emotional and physical state, meaning that first it starts with frustration. And this all comes with unforgiveness, not letting something go. Now, hear me when I say this. Just because you forgive the person doesn't mean that you need to put yourself in harm's way, so to speak. We can learn how to love it. We can love a person from a distance, but the thing is that we shouldn't hold that stuff with us, because really they have the problem. So why are we holding their problem with us? And unfortunately, some people have been holding it so long that they don't know what it feels like not to have it. So when it goes away, some people, they prefer to keep it with them. Now, they may still have no contact with the individual, but they may actually still keep that pain with them and hold that pain. Unfortunate, but that's what happens. So what I talked about the summary of the video was anger being internal assassins. That when I did a series of talked about frustration, talked about resentment. I did a video on bitterness, and I did a video on rage. Now, this video, this last installment will be into 3 segments. And the first segment, it is talking about anger being an eternal assassin. Now, understanding that anger is not necessarily a bad thing, but anger is on the continuum. And because you can start from mild irritation, get to annoyance, and then you can get to rage. Now, when you get to the rage, that's when you get to the detrimental part of anger that actually affects you. The irritation, you can deal with it. Annoyance, you can shoo it away, but that rage is all-consuming. And a lot of times, a person embarks in rage. The rage, they don't embark on the rage, it takes over them. It takes over their thought life, their sleep, their waking moments. They see a picture, they trigger. They hear a song, they trigger. They go to a location, they trigger. Lord, they see an old outfit that they used to wear with the individual, they trigger. And then the rage consumes their very being. So that's why it's the internal assassin, because it's not consuming you on the outside. You receive the stimuli from the outside, but it consumes you on the inside. You understand the part of your brain called the amygdala. The amygdala actually is the receptor. It receives the outside stimuli, and it sends the message to the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus sends it to the pituitary glands. It sends it to the hormones. The hormones shoots it up, shoots your adrenaline levels up, your cortisol levels. It shoots your heart, your blood pressure. Everything goes up. Your glucose goes up, because it's trying to give you more energy, because it's setting you up to fight. It's setting you up to preserve your life. when in some cases it's just a mild conversation. It's a mild conversation. But in some people's situations, they don't know how to be mild in their conversation. They don't really know how to communicate. They know how to talk, but they don't know how to communicate. Because research has shown that 70% of, roughly around 70% of communication, effective communication, is your body language. Roughly around 25%, give or take, is your tone. And 7% is what you say. But you can be hollering, cussing nobody, holler, put a middle finger up at somebody and say, I love you. You can say it, but nobody's going to believe you because they're not going to hear words you say. All they're going to hear is your voice, your tone, and your hand movements, your facial, excuse this, they're going to see your face moving, your eyes bucking like you're losing a blood vessel or what have you. But they're not going to really pay attention to your words because everything else just overshadows your words. It drowns out your words, meaning that your body speaks louder than your voice. That's how it can really affect you, and that's why it really affects you. And people, unfortunately, people are taught how to respond or to react to situations as their parents did. And everybody's parents were not the best teacher. Mind you, some did the best parents have done the best they could with what they have. The ones who have tried, they still fall short. But the thing is, when will we as adults stop blaming mommy and daddy? And we're 40 and 50 years old. When will we take responsibility of the life that we live? Of course, they started the first paradigm, the first program. They actually they encased us. It came from their predisposition, their genetic track. It came from a certain type of environment and identity and situation. They have formed all of us. They have formed us, but they don't have to make us. Because I read in this good book that as a man thinketh, so is he. However, if we don't teach ourselves how to think correctly, we will be the product of the ones who are programming us now. It's not our parents' programming. It's corporate. Everybody's programming you to get so you can fill their pockets up. So when are we going to take control of our life, of our emotional state, and our physical being? That is the question. When? Comment section. And I need for you all to do this for me. I know you comment in the chat, but this helps me out tremendously. Go after the show, or even the show, go down in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Put something in the comment section. It helps the algorithm. It helps me reach more people. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So that's my summary. That is my summary. So, things are getting easier. That's my summary. Thank you. You know, I can hear y'all through the screen. What? All right. The update is that I'm continuing on the series, as I stated in the feature video. For those who have seen the video about anger being the internal assassin. What happens? I pretty much told you the general overview about how it actually affects you, how it affects you from point 1 to point Z. In the video, talked about it can cause heart attacks, strokes, death, and that's what we're trying to avoid, right? And it works through our system. That's the summary. That's how Anger has the capability of being the eternal assassin. Now, mind you, it's not the only assassin that we deal with, but it can be the eternal assassin that takes us out. But right, so that's the summary. Now, the update is that by next week I'm talking about the effects. I'm talking about the effect, how anger affects you physically. All right, and I'm just doing 3 parts. First, I did the overview. I'm doing effective, and then third week I'll do a wrap up on interventions and what you can do to deal with it. Now you come online, and then we can talk about it. All right. That is my update. Anybody in the back room? All right. There's somebody. They sent me. I got me. Let me see. All right. Okay. I got a message. I can chats. Got a message here, so I'm responding to the chats. No, got it. Phil, that you mentioned. Okay. You gave me a message, but what's the message? Phil, I thought you gave me a message. It was a message. I don't get it. Must put on messenger. I don't know. Let me respond. Phil, you. See it for me. All right. Let me see. Are you on? All right. Let me go to the chat. All right, Paula. Oh, I never put the link in. All right. About anger, but on a more massive level. Let me explain. First, I recently have, quite by accident, learned some things I wasn't completely aware of. Okay. I watched a recent episode of The American Experience on PBS about the Freedom Riders. Also watched a few musical documentaries on Sam Cooke, Aretha Franklin, and another on and on and on. And another on Native American influence on music. I was completely blown away by the actual violence and discrimination that people of color have faced in America. It made me angry. All right, forgive me if this is out of line. I grew up on military bases and blissfully ignorant of racism, so I do not mean to seem out of line. You're not out of line. Now, what's the question? About level. Let me explain first. Okay, you explain. Paula, what's the question? I watched it about the Freedom Riders. Also watched a few music Native American film by the actual violence, discrimination that people of color have faced in America. Forgive me. You didn't ask the question, Paula. Go back to 2. Okay. I just got to have a question about anger, but on a more massive level. Let me explain first. I recently have quite by accident learned. I watched a recent episode, musicals. I was completely blown away. Still don't see no question. Yeah, they didn't go through. You said on your page, they didn't go through. No, they didn't go through it all. All right, let me see. How do you deal with these issues still relevant today? How can anger not be involved? Oh, excellent question. Oh, anger can be involved. See, anger gets, and how does one handle that kind of anger? You focus it. The people that marched on Washington, not January the 6th. I'm talking about Martin Luther King, the bus boycotts, uh, the World War IV, um, the different civil rights movements all over the country, if not the world. Even Gandhi, for another example. These were people who are angry of the intolerance of how they were mistreated. Even in apartheid over in South Africa, these are people who have took initiative and have funneled their anger. Even Jesus threw over the tables in the temple because he was angry. But it's a thing called righteous anger, being righteous in your indignation and funneling things for change. See, that's the difference between focusing your anger and focusing your anger and making a change, even if it costs your life. Okay, but you say, all right, the people they beat savagely in Birmingham. Why don't they teach us in school? Oh, you know the deal. Why don't they teach us? I don't see Renee want to answer this one. Renee, your sound is off. Renee, can you hear me? Hello? Renee? Okay, you talk when you get on. I can't hear you. Yes, I don't see your sound moving. Okay. I understand their point why nonviolence was the answer, but I don't know how on earth they could be so patient. Do you know the freedom riders? They were white and black people. You hear me? But I don't know where Renee is. The freedom riders they're black and white people. Go all down south on the buses, try to go against fight against segregation and the misuse or the blatant discrimination of their rights. And they actually rehearsed. They had to practice getting beat so they can be tolerant of what they have to face. It's like they had to practice. It's like we use the military, but if you was Renee, you hear and see me, but we don't hear or see you at all. All I see is an R on your screen. Okay, but let me go back to answering on Paula's question. They had to practice just like if okay, you correct me if I'm wrong. Now I've never been in the military, but I have friends that have family in the military. And you was in the military. The people who are actually special ops. That third person, maybe Renee again. Special ops, they have to do training to build their endurance, to be patient. So it's wise to practice it before you have to encounter it. It's wise to practice it at will, so you can take it in increments, so you can build up your tolerance. And that's what they had to do, and that's why some were effective. That's what they're effective. But it takes a lot of patience to make change in any area of life. It takes patience, and even the action that you do, you may not even see them in your lifetime. Making evidence see it. He didn't see his lifetime, and neither did MLK. He said, I may not get there, but I've been to the mountaintop. but I may not get there when you get there. But I've been to the mountaintop. See, he was angry, and he funneled his energies to make a change. Well, I guess the argument with critical race theory, and really critical race theory is something that's really taught in law schools. It's not really taught in elementary and high school. They're probably trying to introduce it so they can educate people on the history per se. And if you don't understand the history, then you'll know from whence you've come and how far you've come, or in some cases, how far you digressed and went back. Yeah, so if you take a person from knowledge is potential power. It's not power, it's potential power. Oh, I see it now. Okay. All right. I see you now. I can't hear you. Oh, I hear you now. Oh, he's arisen.
Yeah, I had to go on my tablet. For some reason, it won't turn on my phone. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
I
sure
don't
why.
know why. All right. So, Paul got another question. No, I mean, why don't they show? Okay. Paul said, I have 1,000% more respect now. I wish this had been taught in schools and not just glossed over. Well, I was taught some of it because I'm from the Midwest. And so we was taught a lot of black history per se. Not in depth, but more in depth than you think you'll see in the South. A lot of stuff that I've been taught growing up, I thought was just common. I thought everybody was taught it, but everybody wasn't. But also, Chicago is probably one of the most segregated school systems in the nation. It's just the difference is that our segregation, we was equal. We had good education. It wasn't that we didn't get the secondhand books. But Paul, you said, no, I mean, why don't they show children these videos from the Freedom Ride, show people that the actual violent awful history so they understand. Hearing words and seeing the video is a major difference. I concur. What do you think, Renee?
Well, I used to be a high school teacher, so I think people do need to remember that schools can only teach you but so much. You know what I mean? And schools are liable, or can be held liable for what students don't learn. So I don't think we need to completely rely on schools to teach children everything except for the things that their parents can't teach them, like math, physics, astrophysics, chemistry. But some of those other things, I think depending, like you said, depending on where you're from and what school system, some school systems do teach those things, It just depends on where you're from, what school system it is. And I think people do need to remember that schools are limited, they can't do everything. They can't teach kids everything. So it's like they got to pick and choose,
That's true. Yeah, they got to pick and choose. Okay. Paula said, a picture says 1,000 words. No, but
Yeah, I mean,
they could do better. Yeah, that's true. They can
well,
do better.
anybody can do better, Mark Zuckerberg could do better. Elon, only person that couldn't do better is Jesus. This guy, they could have those room for improvement. But I think people also need to remember that a lot of these things really should be on the parents, not the schools. I think we rely, as a former high school teacher, a math teacher, I think we rely too much on schools to raise and instill values, and a lot of that really should be on the parents. So let me teach it. When I was a high school math teacher, my attitude was, let me teach your kid algebra trigonometry, calculus. You teach them values. You teach them how to interact and treat other people. That's more balanced. You know, we teach your kids. We don't raise them. The parent
The
needs to
lies
raise
you
the kid.
tell, that's our job, right? Guys,
No, that's the job of the two people that had the fun making them. The teach, My job is to teach you trigonometry and algebra, and for the ones and technical math. A lot of other stuff really should be, in my opinion, should be on the parent. But that's my
what about, but like Paula says, what about history?
right now. If the student is in a history class, then yeah, that's going to be up to depend on the particular history teacher. Some schools do teach, so all schools are not equal. Some do teach certain things. In fact, I'll tell you something. Some of my classmates in high school who were taught in other countries, they knew certain solutions and paths that even the teacher didn't know, but it works. So I think it just depends on a particular school system.
I agree.
And remember that it is not a slight against us, but remember certain states rate very low on an educational scale, and some rank very high. So typically the southern schools they usually rank actually pretty low compared to some of the northern schools.
I can't hear you no more.
Who, me? I haven't done anything. You did it.
I'm back. Yeah. It was the system.
Ah, yeah, I could hear you.
Paula said she hear you too.
I could hear you. Yeah, Paula could hear me, but that's why I knew it was you. It was you, wasn't me.
Yeah, heard that before.
Now I'm okay. Now you.
Yeah. So, all right, that's the link in. Here 6. All right. Now, Paula said that. What? Is she coming on? Shocking.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Let me see.
Howdy, y'all.
I don't know if y'all can see me or not. I have no clue.
No, but I see you. We see you.
Okay.
So, what's your take on the video?
This video or your anger video?
Yeah.
Oh, it makes perfect sense. I mean, I think that's how Matt got his cancer. He was just angry at the entire fucking world, and I think it ate him up from the inside out. I totally believe that what is it, 6 hours it takes your body to recover physically from just a minute of being angry, your cortisol levels, all that. It has to be unhealthy.
High blood pressure, infusion of glucose. I mean, if you're at a constant state of, it's chronic. Nothing.
It's exhausting.
Anger's not like I stated when you get the text. And anger in itself is not bad. It's just that it's a spectrum. But people stay stuck in rage, which is the extent of anger. They get stuck in rage where not only is affect the amygdala is receiving stuff, but it's consuming it. So they may consume by. So if they never saw the person, they just think, and they get mad. You say the person's name.
What do they call that? Angry dude, angry Twitter response dude on the commercial or something. One of those people that's always angry no matter what the hell is said.
Yeah, sound like a character on Saturday Night Live. Yeah. I mean, so people, it's just too much energy. It's too much. I understand.
I'm too old for that kind of energy anymore. Like, screw it, pick my battles now.
Yeah, it's a waste, especially with other people. They living their best life, ain't thinking about you, and you just pissed off.
Exactly. That's what living the best life is, the best revenge. And I don't have to be rich. I moved out here where there's no damn people, and I'm mostly pretty fucking happy.
How did the snow affect you all?
I got like this much. I've got videos of it blowing in the wind. I stuck my little pans out so I could make snow cream. In like 30 minutes,
My kids
it
did
was
that.
gone. And it was just little drip marks in the bottom of my pans. No fucking snow cream. But everybody else got good stuff, just not here on the beach. No. And we're expecting it again this weekend. I don't know, y'all might get some, but they're saying light dusting here again.
Mm.
It says it's gonna be like 60 degrees on Sunday, then it's gonna be
It
40
was
degrees.
nice today. Which woke up, there was nothing but fog. You couldn't see shit. Should have been an omen. But no, the sun came out after the dog died.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
And how you dealing with that? My mother really did want her dog died. So she looking out the window. Yeah. Just have that companion. I get it.
I know I pulled up under the house from just having watched them give him an injection. I'm like, oh, the dog's going to be so excited I'm home. Oh, yeah. No, he ain't. You know? Like, it sucks. I got the cat.
How long ago did your mother's dog die?
I think he's talking to you on that one. Your mom's dog. How long ago did your mom's dog die?
Last year.
Oh, last year. Oh, okay.
She died last year.
Was it a little toy dog?
No. They're the same age. My dog and my mom the same age.
Toy dog.
No, I'm saying, was it a big dog or a little
Lab?
Oh, Lab's a good size dog.
It wasn't your dog.
How long?
It was not a drop kick dog. It was,
Pocket pets, that's what I call them.
it was drop kick dog.
How long did she have the dog?
14 years. I thought the dog same age as my mother.
Yeah, you get pretty attached.
My mama's 84. I mean, my dog. I mean, one time, I said, man, Mama, Precious is the same age as you. 14 times 7, she's 84. You 84. Yeah, same age. But she died like two years later. So and she was like on the steps, and she laid down there, and she's breathing. I calling me, telling me, and they put something over her, and my mom was like telling me, yeah, she knew she was dying, so she went there, went to eat.
That's
I'm tired.
Too. Doesn't make it any easier, but I was praying.
She had a bad hip.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one night, you couldn't even walk.
Falling down, but then she hurt her hip earlier, and it never really got it fixed because it was like $400-500. So it's like it healed by itself.
Yep.
Well, it didn't heal. It didn't heal.
You and your mama live in parallel lives.
Yeah, so I mean, man, it's like my sister got a little dog. She got a drop kick dog. What they call it? The Kersies, what they call them? Dorkies.
Yorkie?
Yeah, Yorkie.
What, a Yorkie? Oh, okay.
Yappy.
A Yorkie.
I think he froze again.
Yeah.
Yeah, see his. Yeah, especially for you.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, now we see you.
Yeah. Especially what? What'd you say, Renee?
I said, yeah, those dogs can be very costly, especially. I said those dogs can be very costly, especially if you get them from a pet store.
Oh, even just X-rays. They want $500 for an X-ray.
Shit, it costs like $2,000-3,000.
Yeah, you can't afford to.
You can get a credit card just to get a dog. Yeah. Cute as button.
I'm done with the dogs for a while. I'm good.
She wants to give my mom a dog. Mom said, no, I don't want a little dog. Forget that. I ain't get no dog. I'm done.
That's what I said today, too. I ain't getting no dog. But if I do, it won't be no little dog.
Yeah. I told my wife, I said, we get like a middle-sized dog. Like dog like Renee got, little sized dog.
What you got, Renee?
Well,
Irish Wolfhound.
Sweet.
Well, you could get her you could get her a bully, a mid-sized bully.
What's a bully?
My brother has. Oh, you see, my brother got one of those.
Yeah.
What is a bully?
Pit.
It's like an offshoot
cool.
of a.
Pit.
It's like an offshoot of a pit. They make it's like an offshoot breed of a pit bull, and I think a bulldog.
No. That's they be slobbing everywhere. But like my brother has bully. He has bully. Johnson's he has the big head like Maz.
That's
And
cool.
menacing, but he's just as friendly.
Wow.
He's just as friendly. His dog is so friendly that when he puts the dog in kennel in Georgia, he said, "Well, sir, we booked," and then he said, "Yeah, it's Johnson. Oh, Johnson. Oh, I think we got to open it because
Isn't
everybody
that
knows
nice?
that we got to open." He said, no matter where you go, any kennel, all the kennels go. Oh, the big friendly pit bull. Oh yeah. Oh, John. Oh yeah, we got a room for him.
Now, why do you leave the dog in the kennel all the time? Where are you going?
Oh man, he go everywhere. He went to South Africa.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
yeah. So
You can't take your dog there. It'll be 6 weeks.
Yeah, no, that's nice. They nice kennels, you know. Not like put them in the ditch and give them some bits. I mean,
Leave the video camera on like I
yeah.
do.
Look at this television. I come back. Yeah. I mean, so
Which brother?
one you met, Ramon in Georgia.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So Mark, she wants to get I said we get like a middle-sized dog. She's like, I want no dog.
The bullies come in 3 denominations, so you can get a mini one, and you can get a mid-sized one. You can get a big one. So maybe you can get her a mid-sized one. They probably only be like 40 pounds.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Apparently, they charge by the pound for cremation because even all emaciated, he was 75 pounds today. But I get his ashes next week. I'm gonna turn him into some cool ass jewelry. He's part of them.
Really? Wow.
You put a plant.
Yeah. Hmm.
You gonna be a plant too? Put him in a plant.
He might see some of him buried underneath my willow tree, but no, I make like the little crosses and stuff out of their ashes. So there is going to be a charm of my dog. Now, I was having, and they said they can cremate. Yes, please send me my dog's ashes. We'll be good with that.
Renee sound like
don't keep your dog so.
Sound like a bad horror movie.
My skulls, it would have been awesome. He'd have been beautiful. But no, I couldn't.
No,
I can see your son coming over now and say, Mom.
Yeah, they already thought I was morbid, but you know, I didn't do it. They cremated him, and you know, I couldn't even chop the horse's head off, and I love the horse, but somebody did bring me her skull later. So
have you ever considered minimalism?
what is minimalism? Obviously not. What is that?
Where you just completely de-junk and unclutter your life and get rid of any and everything that you're not really using.
Yeah, I did that. I went from a 6-bedroom to a 1-bedroom.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that
That's good. You know.
dog skull?
I was saying you could get rid of all your skulls, all your.
No, that's my art. I make them. I do. No, I wouldn't sell my dog's head naturally, but I get skulls and then I do things to them and I sell them for hundreds of dollars.
Oh, she did one of
them. Sit on my wall and kill it.
Was it the whale that you showed me? Is a whale or
the dolphin? Skull?
Dolphin. Oh, it's nice.
I haven't fixed him yet, but I got a couple more. You want to see the God of Wine?
No, actually, we were just.
I don't know if I can show you or not, but he's decorated. He's pretty.
Probably not.
See, okay.
If any feds are watching, I got nothing. I swear.
Okay. You told me your take on as far as the video, as far as about the amygdala, talk about the hypothalamus. I mean, some stuff I can get more detail in, but if you do too much in one video, so that's why I'm breaking up the 3.
That does help because not everybody has an hour.
Right. Yeah.
I got shit to do.
I don't think I've ever did a individual video for an hour. That's too much editing.
I'm all for an hour-long session,
Yeah,
but to actually listen for an hour, yeah, I'm not that good.
it's called a book on tape. That's what,
Well, yeah, but you
It-
have to be somewhere where you can listen. I'm working all day.
yeah.
10 minutes is good. 15 is even okay. An
Hour?
hour, I don't have that much.
That's
No,
that,
just
that,
not
that's
enough
what, that's a
Adderall.
workshop.
Right. And just not enough Adderall.
Just an hour to workshop.
I did
Got an attention span of a gnat.
I did a presentation at UNCG. I'm gonna put that up Monday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah. I did about 3-4 years ago. I'm gonna put that up. I had the teacher. I said she put on the iPhone. She taped it. That's it.
Oh, neat. Okay. See, that's
Yeah.
what we got to get you for these presentations. You might actually like stick around and not disappear and freeze on us. Just saying. Possibility. And look, this is a tech person here. I can't even get my camera right, so don't listen to me.
Yeah. So next week. So next week I'll just talk about the effects of the effects of anger and the severity of it. And then the following week I talk about the interventions, what you can do to prevent or to get down off that high horse. Because I think some people just like staying there. They like the false sense of power.
All them
Yeah.
damn people in those videos I watched. I swear, Dr. that you hear words growing up, but when you see actual footage, I was dumbfounded. I don't know. I guess I lived in a little bubble forever.
Well, you're referring to, you saying some people like to stay where in anger?
Stay angry and vicious.
Yeah.
And look at these people in Texas. These parents trying to ban books and how do you not beat them senseless? Beat some sense into them. I don't know.
People in Texas are trying to ban books.
You have
Critical
not
race,
heard?
critical race theory.
No.
What you talking about?
They are banning mouse on Jews. They are going nuts on a banning spree in Texas. Elementary schools.
What are they banning? What books on what?
The biggest one right now is Mouse, and it's a book on the Holocaust. They've gone through several books, but I mean, it's the entire state of Texas. Parents, it's been all over the news. They're literally trying to ban anything that relates to LGBTQ, to racism, any kind of race. I mean, Chinese, Japanese. It's like,
That sounds a bit extreme. I think I'd have to learn a bit
watch
more.
the news. That's like,
I haven't seen it, but it is. Well, I understand about things about LGBTQ. That I get that. I can see a parent not wanting.
Maybe, but to ban it from the library, where if a child, because there are a lot of kids that are born not knowing. There are a lot of children that are gay. Why can they not go and read the experience of another child that went through it? Or, that's the parents. It's the parents' job to enlighten them. You shouldn't. Well, then check your kid's library book when it comes home. But you don't take it from the rest of the fucking planet just because you don't want your baby to know shit. That's stupid.
School library versus regular library. I hear what you're saying. School library, regular library, books
They should
and books.
still have access. Somebody has got to put it somewhere.
You do have access.
No, but if it's a child,
right?
It should be supervised by a parent.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah.
Birth to high school. Okay, maybe a 5-year-old doesn't need shit on LGBTQ, but a 15-year-old might.
Yeah, so, get the parent involved.
Right.
They did. They're banning books. Get the parents out of it and teach the fucking children.
Yeah, let's teach children math, science, chemistry, the
Right.
stuff
History,
that's set in the fabric of reality. Things like LGBTQ and all
Holocaust,
that stuff that needs to.
racism, Native
Well,
American history.
It's not the same.
Holocaust can be just a part of history. Okay,
Right.
Yeah.
Holocaust.
Well, they're
That's just
banning
history.
that.
Right. I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
I
You know,
think
they,
you might be leaving out some information. I think you might be. I'm sure there's more to it than just
Go watch
just
any
that.
national news show
no,
for the last
I
week.
think Paul is valid. They're lumping the same way that they make everything inclusive. They lump everything as the same, which is not the same. They make
Right.
the LGBT they compare it with the Black Civil Rights movement, and it's not the same. It's not
Exactly,
that.
but they're taking that too. I mean, they are banning books on Native American history, on Black
They're
history,
lump,
on the
they're lumping
Holocaust,
everything.
on
Mm,
Japanese. There was a
that's what
Chinese
it
girl
is.
on the Today Show this morning. They were taking books out on her culture. She's an American-born Chinese. Her parents came over. She can't even go and read how her parents came to this country. There's all that shit, and the children want to know. You know, I mean, these were not little 5-year-olds.
You can
But I
read
mean,
Yeah.
it.
go
Okay.
watch any
I
national
think.
news thing this week.
Yeah. I think. Okay. So this is not necessarily accurate, but I think. Yeah. There's a context to it. It's saying here, the move to ban these books stemmed from fears over Texas schools teaching critical race theory and
That's
other
old.
issues related to race and sexuality. And I actually don't think that's a bad thing.
I think
You
when
know.
you're denying children history, unbiased history, and
Right.
children
Yeah.
want to know, that's wrong. And just because this parent doesn't want their precious little fucking bundle of joy to know shit, why are you taking it from the other 95% that want to know?
I think it's a
That's
lump.
not right.
I think they're lumping everything.
Yeah. Probably.
I
Yeah.
don't like these damn things.
But I think they're lumping everything to make it for a reason that we don't know of.
Yeah,
but
they
it's
don't want their children to know the real fucking world.
no, I'm talking about the reason why everything is lumped is due to it's an agenda there. It's an agenda. I'm not talking about well,
Those are the
this
same
wrong.
people that marched on Washington on January 6th.
No, I think that's a bit of overgeneralization.
I don't
You
know. I
can't
saw
just
these people
you can't just
on
put all those
video.
people in one big basket. I think remember if sometimes when you're surprise attacked, you just lash out. And I think what Byron's saying is true. What's happening is so intense that they're just like putting up their guard against any of this because they don't know what's being used the right way or what's being used in the wrong way. So they just lump it all together saying, hey, we don't trust you guys with this nonsense critical race theory stuff. So if anything even looks like you're trying to push it, we're banning it, as opposed to going through it selectively.
Right.
Oh, they are. They are listing books individual. It's not even critical race theory hasn't even come out of their mouth the past 2 weeks.
Because
But I
most
think that's what they're reacting to. That's what they're reacting to. And the
the mo-
critical race theory is a legitimately, in my opinion, inappropriate thing to be teaching in schools.
But
It is.
but
I'm
the
not
truth.
talking about
No, but I think
I'm talking about history.
but critical race theory is taught in law school.
Yeah, it's not even taught.
It's not taught in elementary school.
This
They
shit
used
is
to
Well,
that.
see,
in his mouth.
law school would be a little bit more appropriate because they're older, they're adults,
No,
and if you
but-
teach it from a legal perspective, but not history.
But that's what it's taught at. So they're using
I'm
that
not
to bounce
talking
off.
about critical race theory. These parents, I'm telling you, watch
That's
this
a law school.
morning's Today Show. You will see
not taught elementary
exactly
school.
who I'm talking about and what books and what they have to say about it. Critical race theory did not even enter the vocabulary.
Yeah, they
for
just
the
use
last
that to
week.
bounce off of, but it's not taught in
That
elementary
might
or high
have been
school.
the springboard, but these motherfuckers ran with it. Oh, let's just
Yeah.
ban everything now.
And they don't teach it elementary or high school. Maybe specific ones, maybe private, but they don't teach it in regular school. It's taught.
Well, don't
Well,
take
I think that's what
away
that's
from
what people
my
are aware of,
childhood.
that they're seeing
No.
traces of this. They are seeing some of this stuff in elementary schools and middle schools. And I just think
Middle school,
I don't know.
I
I'm a big proponent of the power of a parent. I just think it's up. let schools go to the standard stuff that is entwined in the fabric of
History
reality.
is
Chemistry,
standard.
physics.
The Holocaust.
Now, if
but
you're gonna teach history, you need to teach it linearly,
Unbiased.
not with a bias, not
That's
with a
what I
taint.
said.
Just teach
Unbiased
pure
facts.
facts.
Don't
right, but
take
no,
facts
but
away
they're
from
saying
the rest of the
they take slavery
population.
out of it.
What?
Huh?
They don't want to teach you slavery. They don't even want to teach that it was a fact.
Well, okay. Now, if that's what you're doing, yeah, that's in balance. Because history is just history.
Right.
This is what
want to
happened.
teach that because-
See, history is about you teach what happened. You don't
Right.
teach your theory of why it happened.
They don't
Right, but
even
this is
want
what
to
happens.
teach
But that's the
that
argument.
it
The argument.
happened.
The argument is that they want to take anything that frowns on the terrible past.
Yeah, they want
Yeah.
to
And put
erase
it.
it.
Yeah.
Well, if
But
that's
that-
the case, yeah, then that's wrong.
If you are destined to repeat the past if you don't learn
And
from
that's
it.
not critical race theory. That's history.
No, that's fucking education. That's
Yeah.
just simple education.
But I think they're lumping everything in though.
Well, they are
Yeah.
ignorant. I'm sorry. I don't have the patience. I would be violent. I would, but, you know.
Not you.
I'm out of here.
See? Well, you know, like I said,
Decapitate my dog today.
we need to respect. Freedom is about respecting boundaries. That's what freedom is about. You know, we all have a circle. Huh?
There should also be a little bit of truth in there somewhere. Just a little bit, you know.
Yeah, but
But
objective truth. So
here's
here's the freedom. Here's the freedom. You teach nuclear physics. Let me worry about teaching the stuff that has nothing to do with that. Let me raise my child and you teach them the standard subject. But I think these schools, many of them are just trying to indoctrinate children to certain perspectives and certain ways of thinking, and I don't agree with that. Critical race theory should not be taught in elementary school. No, you don't need that. Just teach the facts.
It's not taught in
You are
elementary.
hooked on the
It is
critical
being
race
taught,
theory.
so that's what they're
Where?
complaining about. Maybe not
No,
Texas.
It's not.
Maybe I don't know about Texas. And remember, that's another thing too. Remember, Texas is not quite like the rest of the
No,
United
it's
States.
not.
They will tell you this is
North
Texas.
Carolina's
What-
doing
what-
the same shit,
Renee-
you know.
Renee, what is critical race theory?
Oh, I mean,
Does
I
anyone
don't have
even
the
know?
whole
Exactly.
definition memorized.
Exactly.
In
I
general,
don't have it memorized. You know, I get.
I'm talking
I don't
about
have the whole
just
definition
normal,
memorized.
Hey, Google,
everyday.
what's critical
This
race
is
theory?
what happens. This
Wikipedia.
event took
Critical
place,
race
not
theory
right
is a
or wrong.
cross-disciplinary intellectual and social movement of civil rights scholars and activists who seek to examine the intersection of race and law in the United States and to challenge mainstream American liberal approaches to racial justice.
That's
A
law school.
5-year-old's
See
not
that?
gonna get
See,
that.
that's not
Yeah,
pure.
they
That has a.
They didn't teach that in
a
elementary
slant.
school. They didn't teach that. They may call it critical race, but that's law school. That's
Yeah.
graduate level stuff.
Yeah, but Byron, what I'm trying to tell you, what people are resisting is the approach of these things that it has crept into elementary school and high school. That's what a lot of the protests are
High
about.
schools, it should.
Yeah, if it was just in law school, it would be. If it was just in law school, that'd be different. That'd be fine.
But
Mouse
if
has
but-
nothing to do at all with race. It's all
Right.
Who doesn't-
about the Holocaust. I mean,
Who
it
doesn't
is
have to do with race?
Jews are a
the
race,
Holocaust is about you.
but not black. It has nothing to do with black. Jews are
Right.
white.
Jews are not a race.
No, well, they consider themselves a race, but
No, I don't think so. Not the Jews that know better. Jews are a family. Jews are a family of people. Huh?
Hitler thought they were.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Remember, Hitler was distorted. You know what Hitler
That's the only
believed?
one that's committed genocide.
Of course, genocides have been committed for like thousands of years. Pretty
My
much.
point is that the Holocaust and this particular book that started this whole thing has nothing to do with black and white, with how people do this, that. This is simply a book of one person's experience in the Holocaust, and they banned it. We don't want our children to know that shit. How can you not want your child to
Well,
know
yeah, but
what
Paula, in all
happened?
fairness, you would have to first, you specifically, check the book out first, read it, And because there may be something that once you've read it, you go, oh, okay, I see why you don't want your kids
I'm
reading
sorry,
this.
at 12, 13, 14 years old, if you can have sex, you can understand. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Should 12 and 13, should 14 be having sex though? Should they be having sex?
I didn't say it was smart, but if they're smart enough to put a dick in
They're
them,
not smart. Isn't that the point? That's the point. They're not smart enough to be having sex.
Parent supervision.
My
Not
point is they're
supervised
old
sex.
enough to have sex, they're old enough to be taught. Not biased.
Yeah, but just I say let the individual parent. I'm okay if a parent is like, look, I don't want my kids learning this. I'm okay with that, as long as it's not the
But
standard
don't
stuff.
take it away from mine. Mine
Okay,
might
that's
want
fair.
to be a
Yeah,
little
that's fair.
more educated than the average Joe.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
You know, don't take
That's
my
true.
rights away because you're a bigot.
Well, no, but that's not fair to say they're bigots.
They
They
are.
may just be yeah. You're just gonna group and lump all of them together like
All
that.
the
Maybe
ones
their
I saw.
concerns are legitimate.
Hey.
Damn right. Every
Hey,
one
she
of
just
them I
got
saw.
through binging on all these movies dealing with injustices. So
Yeah, and then I get on TV in the morning and they're still staring you in the face. How can you not be upset?
Don't watch it.
right.
I have
Don't watch
children.
it.
I have grandchildren. These people are denying my children the right to an education just because they don't want their precious babies to learn shit. No, I don't agree. They
But I'm
can take
saying,
it out of their
if
house.
if it upsets you and angers you, maybe you should like take a break for it, so you're not messing
Or
your day
maybe
up
I
and
should
upsetting
write some
yourself.
letters like these pissy ass little people and say, hey, why should the little minority of loud assholes get all the say? Maybe I should
But
become
then,
a loud asshole on the other side. If more people spoke up, maybe they couldn't get away with the shit they get away with. Freedom riders.
is it a minority though? Is it a minority? Perhaps it's a lot more people than we think.
Well, don't let the few take from the overwhelming majority. If you don't want it in your house, don't bring it into your house.
I say, how about we don't bring none of that in public schools at all? We keep public
I
schools
say you're
neutral,
wrong,
just straight stuff, and let
I
the
say
parents
you're
deal
a
with the other stuff.
but that's me.
That's
Our
Public-
children
public-
have to learn.
public schools and public circles should be neutral.
Nobody
Let the
can
other stuff be
afford
parents.
private school, come on.
But they can afford to be parents.
We're raising a bunch of dumbasses. We went from number 1 in education to number 25 in like 10 years. No.
No.
This is
The
why, 'cause they don't
United
teach you.
States has not been number one in education
Wow.
for a long while.
We have third world countries that are smarter than our kids now.
Yeah,
Is that
but
acceptable?
yeah,
No.
but here's the thing though. Look at how much we've accomplished in this country. So maybe isn't just about the education.
Ever gonna get ahead? I'm sorry, I don't think we're gonna get ahead in 1,000 years. There's a lot of people that refuse to see.
Who ahead? What you mean? United States?
As a race, humans. If humans can't even learn from the past and move on, we're doomed. I'm waiting for
Oh
our
well,
part.
humans are doomed anyway. We already know that. The Bible clearly tells us that. But that's but that's
God
not the
has to
point.
tell me what I can see every day with my own eyes. I mean, I know you love God. I love God too, but I still don't have 1,000% faith in the Bible because people wrote that shit, and I see how stupid people are. So I don't trust them. God
People
tells me
inconsistent.
What?
You said people in the what?
People are inconsistent. I mean, that's just the nature of man. People are inconsistent. I mean,
And
God
why
did
we're
not
gonna
create.
be doomed.
We didn't create robots, so everybody has a choice. It's just that
I can
everybody's not
totally
making the right
see
choice.
Why the robots would rise up and kill humans, like in that Will Smith movie, because we have got it all wrong.
iRobot.
Yeah.
That actually is a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
It
I actually
was.
like that movie.
yeah, and Matrix too.
It had good special effects.
Yeah, but they made
Yeah.
a good point. The point right now.
Yeah, but but a lot of times people just people choose themselves, they don't choose others. And that's why the demise of civilization is point blank, because everybody's self-centered.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just nuke us all.
Well,
Such extremists.
COVID's kind of taking care of that for us.
Yeah.
Not all the dumbasses, because some smart people are dying too. But God's taking care of it, in my opinion. I do think He's on top of that one.
yes.
Yeah.
Jesus will one day establish his kingdom on this earth.
That's
I think
right,
He's
brother.
wiping out some of the dumbasses right now to make way.
No, they don't need to. It's going to happen regardless.
I think
But
all
until
that's
he comes
happening.
and establishes his kingdom, we need to occupy until he comes.
Well, until then, COVID has taken out a bunch of the dumbasses for us.
No, actually, COVID has a really low death rate, so it's actually not taking out that many people at all. But
I don't know about
Um,
there, but we're up to
but the
over
World War,
20,000.
but when the beasts of the Book of Revelations are released, there's gonna be a lot of 1/3 of the population of the earth is gonna die.
That's my favorite book. I like them Four Horsemen very much.
You know what? Somehow
think
that
about-
doesn't surprise me.
Sorry?
You said the Revelation is your favorite book?
You think about Rick
Yes,
Flair?
Yeah, that you know what? That I totally believe that. Yep, I can see.
Yeah,
The Book of Revelation is your favorite book?
She had
Yep,
dragon
I
head
can
on
see
the
that.
wall. She got
Huh?
dragon head on the wall.
And you go come burn it all
Yeah, I
down.
totally see that. I totally believe you that the Book of Revelation is your favorite
First
book.
statue is the Native American prophecy about the end of time. We're living it. I am right on top of that. Yep, that's the best book in the whole Bible. I mean, the first one is pretty good too, all the do's and don'ts. But if you don't, look what's coming. I like it. Cause and effect, plain and simple. First and last book, we're done.
Wow. Okay.
I'm a straight kind of black and white kind of person, though, you know.
Well, already then. Hey, you know. All I know is Jesus is the Son of God. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. Anyone who
Better
believes
man
on him
than
will
I.
not perish, but have the everlasting life.
Uh-huh. Well,
God loves us more than I do.
He said what?
God loves us more than I do, because I'd have wiped us out. I wouldn't have given up my kids, not for us. So yes, I
Oh,
give
yeah,
God good
that's right.
kudos on that.
That's the point, yeah.
It's a good thing
You
I'm
wouldn't
not
give your
God.
kid up with you wouldn't give your kid up with somebody who don't even like you? No, you wouldn't do that.
I don't know. No, I'm not just set up now.
that's a good thing she ain't God. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God.
I know.
Thank
'cause
God.
There would be no more stupid.
We'd all be doomed. Can you imagine?
You get one
That's
shot,
right.
once and done, man. I like it.
Oh man, that would be very scary, you know?
But people would listen a little better, wouldn't they?
She be like,
No, they'd kill themselves in mass numbers.
no,
They're doing that too.
like Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd be like, hey, did you
Sometimes
find
it's
hey,
just
you
gotta
know
be
what?
done.
Yeah, well, you know what? What? Paula's God now. Oh
No,
man, just
but
go give me the
no.
arsenic. Oh, we all in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're in trouble.
I thought we took care of the Mad Titan.
Yeah, my God is not
Oh, you done did it now. You done did it now. Oh
Thanos,
man.
Thanos is back.
There would be no more free will. At least not.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah, y'all
Oh,
are
man.
good or else.
Have some
Oh,
relations.
God.
Step the niggas. Step the niggas.
Just my opinion on things. It's not the popular one, but you know.
Hey, it would be. It would be.
Oh
That's why
Lord.
I'm out here. I don't have to deal with all that shit. My kids are raised. I did teach them correct history.
Wisdom time.
Well, how close is your closest neighbor?
I don't know. A couple football fields away.
You rather dolphin get to him.
Oh, so you're not like totally like in a completely remote area.
I'm on a 4-mile long island, an hour from humanity, and there's 174 of us.
Oh, and how close is the next one to you? You said 4 football fields?
The next
The
house, couple football
Yeah.
fields at least. Yeah,
The neighbor?
yeah. Well, they
Really?
don't actually live here yet. But he's probably a football field. They're not moving in for 5 years. The house is
So
there.
there's
They did
so there's
the
no
summer.
people there.
There are
There's no
some,
people.
but not a lot.
So
And
you're out on an island
yes,
by yourself in
yes,
a house with skulls in it.
yes.
Okay.
And I
They,
consider it
Wow.
heaven.
they're decorated skulls, Renee. They're decorated.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, not
Decorated
all of them.
skulls.
I got a whole room full of
So
nuns
you
full of
probably
them.
you don't scare easy, do you? You probably can watch any horror
I've
movie.
been
It
through
wouldn't
so
phase
much
you.
shit, nothing scares me anymore.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I've been homeless in Phoenix. My dad was a fucking ranger that tried to do all kinds of shit, and I took him on. No, if they didn't get me, nothing is.
Oh wow, that's
Nothing but
good.
me.
I don't
I
even.
am my
I
own
live by
worst enemy.
myself, and I don't even watch horror movies. So you good
No,
then?
I don't do that shit either now. I ain't trying to have bad dreams. But I ain't afraid of real people. Ghosts, I don't fuck with
Is
ghosts.
it? She ain't watching Jason.
No.
He come
hell
out that
no.
water.
But everybody on this island also knows I have machetes within arm's reach everywhere. My car, my bed, my couch, my kitchen. And I warned them. I
I
have
need
one
to.
way in, one way out, and it's a steep fall from my door. So,
I need to watch cartoons.
of course,
I
now
need
I don't have a
something,
dog.
something like.
Piranha.
Oh, why don't you go? You gonna get another dog like a mastiff?
No, my Siberians were big, but no, I'm not for a while. I've got enough shit going on with me right now. I don't know if I could outlive a dog right now.
Oh, okay.
I still got the cat.
Okay. Well, he can protect you a little bit.
He was meaner than the dog.
Okay. Wow.
I know,
You
right?
know what?
Me.
There's something for everyone.
Yeah.
He,
It's gonna
he
be
missed the dog.
piranhas and pterodactyls next. I already got sharks.
Pterodactyl.
Yeah, I need something flying because I got sharks on one side. So I need a moat on the other side with the piranhas, and then for air defense, I need some pterodactyls. So
You know what? There's something for everybody. I see it now.
I could be one of those hermits up in Alaska. If Alaska ever gets warm enough that I can get a tan, I'm on it.
Wow. So you be like hunting possums and squirrels and stuff?
I don't hunt them myself. There's enough dead ones to collect. I went back trying to find whatever the hell I hit, because if it was a baby bear, his skull was going to be on my wall. But I must have hit it hard enough I knocked it into the woods. But
Wow.
yeah. I'm not
Okay.
the only one. There's a lot of us weirdos that collect bones and shit out here. If it makes a difference, I wanted to be an archaeologist when I was a kid. So
That makes
it's a healthy fascination with bones.
Wow. Wow.
Dr. Z,
That,
I could use a session too.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
I think so. I mean, I got arrowheads and shit too. They're just not as much fun. I could use
That's
a session though soon if you're up for one.
Okay.
I'll call. I'm not. Yeah, I'm loopy tonight. I'm still sleep deprived. I can't remember how many days it's been now. That's why I'm talking, because I had planned to. Probably wish now I hadn't.
No,
Wow.
no, Renee enjoys this.
Do you, Renee?
This is it's different. I'll tell you that much. It's
I have opinions.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Taurus. I'm opinionated. Ignorance pisses me off.
yeah, you are what the old folks would call expressive.
Yes. My mouth has gotten me in trouble my whole life, and I'm still just as mouthy. I'm not gonna stop. I think a little more honesty is needed in the world. People
Now-
that don't are pussies.
Now I heard
You said-
I heard ornery be a better term.
That's a good one too. I'm good for that. I like my flaws. I embrace them. I don't necessarily consider them all flaws. I know other people do, but that's their problem. It ain't mine.
That's right.
There's got to be some of me in the world. You know, if not, we'd all be stupid cavemen.
God.
Nobody teaching shit in school.
What is happening in this Presbyterian church? What's happening here?
Is that what we are now?
Then we split. You know, they split.
He's leaving. He's like, peace out. I've had enough.
No, no. I'm putting one of my dogs in his crate.
Don't even talk about dogs and boxes right now, dude. My eyes are probably still all puffy.
That's a rat.
You see that?
That's
It's not a rat.
Aw,
It's not a rat.
With blue eyes. Rat.
That's
not a rat.
really-
No, he's a
That's not
Chihuahua.
bully. Your brother.
No, he's a
has bully.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, my brother has a real dog. My
He's
dog.
a Chihuahua.
Yeah, my brother has a real dog.
Yes, real dog. That's a pocket
That's
pet.
not nice. That is
Now,
not nice.
I think I saw that dog in the playoff game last year. Field goal.
That might be the one.
Nice.
He's the one they do the puppy thing with. He's gonna tell us because he's not playing the game.
He stopped flying. He stopped flying. He used it as a football.
That's really mean.
He'd be eaten
That's
by the
really
Eagles
mean.
and the Hawks out here.
Oh, yeah,
That
sure
is
would.
really mean.
I know. I can't believe that my other cat is still alive.
I can't believe that Chihuahua ain't barking.
Yeah, he's pretty old. He never barked a lot. He never barked a lot. He's very
See, we're
humanly oriented.
stereotyping, Dr. D. We should be ashamed of ourselves.
Yeah. Paul's not saying he's not a real dog. Call him all these terrible names. This is awful.
I had a friend. She had a Chihuahua called. His name was Skittles,
Skittles.
and the dog had a muzzle on. Like his rabbit. His eyes bucked out his ear.
They do make smaller targets if you're trying to shoot.
But he had a
one.
muzzle because he tried to bite everything.
I
We'll
do
see.
admire the personality. I'll give them
We'll
that.
see, Pablo.
Little, they are mean-ish.
See, Pablo's he's very people oriented. So he
like
never
his
barks a
name.
lot. He never
Pablo.
bites anyone.
Well,
Huh?
really, is he? I mean,
That's his name,
is he still a
Pablo.
dog?
What'd you say?
Does he still count as a dog?
Yes, absolutely.
He picked up Pablo from the bar.
Absolutely. No, I think you guys are being racist against dogs.
See, we are.
Dogs come in different
Totally bigots about your pet.
yes, you're being racist, you're stereotyping.
I'm sorry, little dog.
He's a Mexican dog.
Critical dog race theory.
I like their food too.
Yeah, there you go. Critical dog race theory. Yeah,
Fine. Did you
critical
miss
dog
me?
race theory. Huh?
I said, did y'all
Critical
miss
dog
me?
race theory. Yeah. What? Paula asked you a question.
No,
Oh,
she
I
said,
asked both of y'all.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
miss me?
yeah, we missed him.
Hey, don't speak for me. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just
What happened? You and your dog.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
fuck. We always miss you and Tito when you're not there.
He said, you your dog can come over for barbecue, right?
Shish kebab.
What, on that island?
He'd fit on
Who's
the
having a
kebab.
barbecue? Paula on that island?
Yeah.
Technically, down east is where barbecue in the United States of America came from. Two brothers in this county. Matter of fact, down this road is where barbecue was first brought into America.
You're
I
gonna
don't
try
know
to
why I
tell
know
me.
that. I can't remember shit, but I remember stupid trivia.
You're trying to tell me that barbecue that's eaten all over the world now originated on that little
No,
island.
I'm telling you that it was brought to America. It started in the Caribbean by the people that eat each other. We brought it here,
So
and we
they were
not eating
cannibals.
them.
So they were
Because they didn't even have pigs until white
That
people
sounds
did.
tasty.
You know, white people brought
Okay.
pigs. So,
okay.
yeah, pigs, barbecue. White people brought pigs to this country.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Oh, you know what, Byron? You may or may not know this. See, Paula, Byron may not know this, but yeah, their barbecue is different.
Yeah, it was
Their
people.
barbecue is shredded pork. Yeah, it was the same thing. Me when I came to the South, and I
Yeah,
had because in New York barbecue
rib tips.
is you
Rib
just
tips.
put yeah,
Oh,
right. You
y'all
can put
don't
the
people
barbecue
don't.
sauce on it. It's barbecue,
See, but
but the
rib tips
Southern
when it's
barbecue
smoked,
is actually
it's
shredded pork.
rib tips, slabs of ribs. You know,
Right, chicken, but they don't call that barbecue.
Yeah,
Barbecue in the
yeah.
South is shredded pork.
yeah, Lexington barbecue.
Oh, that is that how
Okay.
they differentiate Lexington barbecue?
Yeah, Lexington's big for they have a barbecue
Yeah.
fest.
But they do
Oh,
Lexington,
brisket, don't they?
yeah,
Smoked beef brisket. But
yeah.
see, there's a war. You got Western barbecue and Eastern barbecue, and they don't even agree in this state. You got your vinegar based and your tomato based. Western part of the state is the tomato based. Eastern part of the state laughs at that because we do the vinegar based.
They do vinegar. Yeah, down here, Lexington.
okay.
But yeah, that
Stings.
was two dudes brought that here with the pigs because they didn't have pigs before white people brought them.
They didn't
I
have,
mean,
you mean in North? You mean in North America? They didn't have pigs?
no, white people brought pigs from Europe. They were none. They're an invasive species, just like the white people. Just
I
saying.
wouldn't say. I
I
wouldn't
am.
say. Okay, I didn't know that. So there were no pigs on all of North America.
Nope, not a one. They came from Europe.
Oh, that's interesting.
And yeah, now we've got Hogzilla running out there.
Oh yeah, I know a person who works for a food company, and she tells me they slaughter 10,000 pigs a week.
Yeah, North Carolina is the number one hog producer in the country. We've got they pollute the rivers, hog waste every time we have a hurricane. That's where all the hysteria and the fish kills come from. And I don't know if you've ever smelled a hog farm, but that is some rank shit. And it goes for miles out in the bowl in the middle of the state because there's no ocean breeze anymore. Shit from the mountains ain't coming from the west. It is putrid. Bacon still tastes good. I'll eat it, but I don't want to live next door.
Yeah,
Shit.
a comedian said that bacon is proof that God wanted man to be happy.
I think he's right. I'll give God that one. He did good there.
Yeah. Where did pigs come from? Yeah.
Jews don't think so. I don't think they're allowed to eat, or is that Muslims or both? None of them
No,
are allowed to have
it's,
pigs, are they?
It's both of them. It's both of them. The only the
Just
ones
us
that
bad
actually
Christians.
follow. Huh?
I said just us bad Christians. So how do we?
Well,
how do we
actually,
separate that
no,
out?
it's the best diet. They had the best diet.
yeah, that's true. Because
Yeah,
they don't eat any scavengers.
right. See, they had the best
They
diet.
don't eat shrimp.
Chicken is
Yeah,
a
they don't
fucking
eat.
scavenger.
Huh?
Chicken is a scavenger. They'll eat anything.
Yeah, they don't eat any scavengers.
They don't
They
eat
only
chicken
eat
either.
no, they only eat
They're
birds
healthy.
that
Birds
fly.
Chickens are birds.
No, I'm saying they only eat certain types of birds.
I think with hoof feet, something like that. Yeah.
They only cattle that have hoof, feet, and chew the cud. They don't eat scavengers. Well, that's the
There are
orthodox
cattle
one.
that don't have hoof feet.
Yeah,
I have to look that up.
yeah, and yeah, they're like horses don't have cleft feet.
Yeah, but that's not a cow. You said cattle. Cattle have hoof.
You think about McDonald's?
All right, so wait.
No.
There, man.
I'm saying they don't eat any cattle that doesn't have cleft hoofs and chews the cud. So, for example, horses chew the cud, but they don't have cleft hoofs. But they'll eat cows. They'll eat
Hey Siri,
pigs.
any
Pigs
cows
have-
have non-cleft feet?
Pigs have cleft hoofs, but they don't chew the cud. So Jews and Muslims, the Orthodox one, don't eat pigs. But there are plenty of Jews and Muslims that eat it because they don't really follow the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up. I mean, I know horses don't, but I could have swore all cows had. I don't know. I haven't looked at the cows.
Remember that different? Yeah, cows made. Remember, I think cows.
Cows
Remember, there are
are
many different species all over the world. You know. Like Cape Buffalo would be classified as
Right,
in the
bovine.
cattle, but
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't think anybody would eat Cape Buffalo. Do people eat Cape Buffalo? I doubt it.
I've
I
eaten
don't know.
real buffalo. Well, American bison, they're pretty damn good too, and a lot less fat.
I had bison before. Bison burger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had one too. One of my riders bought it for me as a tip.
Nice.
She worked she paid the fare. She worked at a restaurant. She said, you want it? And she called them and said, prepare. And then when she got there, she went in and brought it out to me. And I was like, thank you, I appreciate it.
Good
One of
stuff.
mine worked at Krispy Kreme. He said, man, I wish I'd have knew. He said, you get my dozen? He said, man, he said, I wish I knew I would have got you one because I was closing up.
That's good. I want a dozen of them donuts too that I can't eat. I want to talk about
But-
food, y'all. You're torturing me.
Yeah. We said all that to say, don't be angry. Don't let your anger overtake you.
That's why
And
I'm
the
out
best
there,
way-
because I'd be beating those people.
And the best way to not be angry is to see more of Jesus. That's the whole point of it all.
That's not what I said.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say again? Say it again. I'm sorry. Repeat it again. I think I didn't hear you right. I repeat it again.
People January 6th, they stormed the Capitol, thought they saw Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't.
I'm telling you.
No, they didn't.
Some of them
We
did.
leave it up to him. We're gonna have a whole country of these people.
And some of them did. No, now they was in error. There was an error. Jesus wouldn't did that, but I mean, everybody has false concepts. But
Do you
A
know?
lot of them in Texas.
Do you know? In the last 10 or 20 presidents? Every president has been involved in or started a war, except for Donald Trump.
He started one at home.
No, that's not.
That's valid.
And now Biden is prodding the Russians, so he might start something.
Who you think started that?
On the border.
Are we getting off? Now, you know who started that.
Let's get back to anger.
Yeah,
Let's get back to anger.
Yeah, I'm getting angry right now.
Yeah, let's get back to anger. You know, history is gonna come back one day, and people are gonna realize that Donald Trump's gonna probably be in the top 5 best presidents, like Ronald Reagan. But getting back to what.
I just muted him.
Thank you.
Yeah, he just talking nonsense.
I don't even mention that man's name. I swear to God.
Oh,
What's that?
that is wrong.
Wait. Oh,
That is wrong.
so you came
What's
back to
wrong?
What's wrong?
Huh? He
What's
muted
wrong?
me.
Oh,
He muted me.
Right on track.
Okay.
That's called. That's
I
called.
was
That's what the
I was bringing you back.
You just
Huh?
said, keep that shit out of the schools. He just did what you said was okay. He censored you.
Oh, well, but this is different. This live is like America, the land of freedom.
Yeah, so give it to everybody. How'd you like being muted?
Well, it's okay if they're Democrats. They need to be muted. That's
I like you more
awful.
and more.
That is not right.
Join in with
That
us,
is not
Texas.
right. Huh? Hey, man, there's no crime in Texas. There's no crime in Texas.
Yeah, no, none.
There's no crime in Texas. Everybody has guns.
There's no crime in Chicago either.
Right?
What? Are you crazy? Chicago's nothing but crime.
When was the last time you were in Texas? I used to live there.
Texas, everyone has guns. See, the problem with Chicago is only the bad guys have guns.
No, everybody
So they
got
shoot
guns.
the
You
guy.
got-
And they use them. Texas, they only half-ass use them. They wave them around a lot.
Right, which is what deters crime. Now, getting back
It
to the
didn't
fact
work in
that,
Chicago. They used them.
well, Chicago's a different animal. They grow up, in a different family structure.
Yeah, because they weren't taught the same way them dumbass people in Texas were. They were
Chicago,
taught
they have,
real
like-
history.
Chicago have
Like
real
a
gangsters, man. Chicago have real gangsters. They don't play in Chicago. Elliot Ness, all those people. But getting back to the fact that,
burnt the city down. Great
but let's get
Chicago
back to
fire.
let's get back to what's really important here. How Donald Trump is one of the best presidents ever. So now listen to me. Donald Trump, don't mute me.
Mute him again.
That's wrong. That's terrible. Why you?
Censor that.
That is just awful.
That just stirs shit up, though. That man did nothing but stir shit up. I hear his name on the news, and I want to throw bricks at my TV, no matter which side it's on.
Well, hopefully he'll be president again, and he'll get the economy back in the seat.
I hope he's assassinated if he becomes president again.
Oh, don't say that. That's terrible. That is terrible. How can you say something so horrible? Huh?
What happened?
What?
She said she hoped Obama was assassinated. He's one of the best presidents, top 10 best presidents.
We're doomed.
What numbers you looking at?
Huh?
What numbers you looking at?
No.
Top 10 best presidents. Lowest unemployment.
On that note, I think everybody getting delirious. Yeah. He laughing like
it's in my head. I got no problem saying it out loud.
now. Renee laughing like the Joker. Yeah,
I know. I know you have. I know you have no trouble speaking your mind. That is completely clear.
Watch this, Paul. Watch this. Watch this.
But
Renee.
let's get back to anger, though. How do you not be angry,
That's
Byron?
preventing civil war.
Renee still think Trump president. All right.
Hopefully he'll be president again. Save this country. Now getting back to what's important. I think
That would make sense.
All right, people. Wrap this up. Yeah. The whole.
Yes, it is written a little late, ain't it? Y'all sure you want me to talk?
I'm wrapping it up now. I said pretty much I'm talking anger. Anger go in different avenues in different ways. It can go from moderate or irritable to annoyance and to straight rage. Some people take it to the extreme, and some people don't. Some people don't like to have a pulse. They'll get angry about anything, and so therefore they don't have any type of initiative. But some people get too angry and they become consumed with themselves. So the goal is to balance. Balance.
Well, I don't think I'm consumed because I'm not like marching on the Capitol and shit. So I think I'm adequately concerned.
Yeah,
But what do you think about my perspective? I actually would rather be completely free of anger. That's not bad, is it?
I'd rather be
not be angry at all.
God gave us anger for a reason.
Right, but
what
anger
we do with it is up to us.
Anger, if it's addressed right then, you can funnel it to initiate to something to make strides. Like I was telling Paula earlier, anger is a tool to be used. It's just that when, for instance, if I'm irritated because I can't sit in the front of the bus, if I'm irritated because I gotta go into the back, I have to go to the back. I have to drink a separate fountain and go to the bathroom. Irritated,
but couldn't you address those issues without being angry?
No, but anger is not necessarily negative. Anger, if it's utilized.
Somebody steals your baby. Some white man rapes you, takes your baby, and sells it to the farm next door. Tell me you ain't gonna be angry.
No, I'm being borderline enraged.
No, see, that's rage. See, that's rage.
That's when you come doing that turn.
Yeah.
However, I'm saying that when you're stimulated with anger, the goal is, okay, I'm upset, I'm frustrated, this annoys me, but to calm down and process those thoughts and what can you do about it? When a person goes in rage, they just go half caught. I'm a killer.
But when they have an uprising like they did in the Caribbean, you get your own damn country. Anger does work in some cases, but they channeled it well.
Right. It was calculated. It's right. They channeled
the white people out of their farmhouse.
I wouldn't necessarily. Too wrong.
I really dislike these.
Right.
I really dislike these racist statements you're making against white people. I object. But okay, continue.
Because I was educated that there were some white people on that freedom ride. I did not know that. Didn't teach that in school.
They got beat down just as bad.
I saw that. The damn photographer. I mean, they stomped his face. I was watching not live video, but video that was filmed live, and I'm telling you, watch it. American Experience on PBS. It was fascinating.
Greensboro has a Civil Rights Museum, and they show live videos about stuff
But
happening.
what white people send their damn kid to go to the museum? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Who do you think?
You need to go,
Are you
right,
aware?
Dr. D?
Are you aware that slavery was banned in England 30 years before the United States? And do you
Yes.
know who were the primary people that fought for the banning of slavery in Europe? It was white
Haitians.
people.
I'm sure.
No
Because
one, no
nobody's going to
Haitians.
listen to the black people. It
Haitians
had to
don't
be
care
some white
nothing about no
people.
slaves being taken to the United States. It was white people.
I
So
know.
what's the bottom line? The bottom line is we're outside of God and Jesus, we're all bad. There are no good guys and bad guys. We're all bad guys.
Some are worse than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're all bad.
But
Some
we
are
don't
rotten
raise
apples and
more.
some are rotten oranges. It's still bad.
I love you, Dr. D. I like you too sometimes.
She what? What'd you say?
She said she like you too.
What she
She
said.
said your eyes are open tonight.
Mwah, sweet dreams. I'm claiming
R.I.P.
delirium and grief.
I got my eye on you. I got my eye on you.
Probably a
Donald
good thing
Trump.
to do.
May Donald Trump reign forever. Okay, go ahead,
Shut him
Byron.
up again.
Close up.
Shut him up again.
All right, people. All right, let me set out.
Night, y'all.
I was just saying, praise be to Jesus. And may
Like you doing the gang sign. All right, can't hear you know what? I X'd you out. All right. That's fun. I might do some heavy editing tonight. I may do it tomorrow. All right. Okay. Hey, journeyman, women, this is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D. Do appreciate you coming out. For those who have been on and partaking in the conversation and the dialogue, and we do appreciate it. I do appreciate it because every thought is important. Every perspective, every view is listened to, and you may not agree, but you can disagree agreeably, but you still can have a discussion, a dialogue. That can, at the end, you can have a laugh and not a frown, and you can be calm instead of angry. Because the goal is to anger and sin not, right? Be angry and sin not, and we're not trying to sin with our anger. Let our anger take us to righteous things instead of negative things. Let our anger, if it's mildly irritated about it, mildly irritated or even annoyed, let's take action to make a change in the things that affect us. But let's not get out of control and do things that affect everybody in a negative way. So thank you. I really appreciate everybody coming out, and for those who see it on the replay, be sure. How about you? Help me help you so we can help others by clicking subscribe, commenting, and sharing. What you do when you do that, you help me make it better tomorrow, today. This is Hero's Journey with Dr. D. Remember, every day you get a vertical, make it your goal in life to always move forward and never move back, because you are important. I think you're important, but God knows that you're important. So this is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D, and we are
Wanna move my feet. Wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet. Wanna drink my wine. Wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet.